Hey guys, so I'm back to do a video that I talked about doing about the new mommy and our issues and things like that. So this first video is going to be about how things have changed after having your baby that I don't really think are ever going to go back to normal. So if you're kind of uncomfortable hearing about some of these things, then I would suggest turning the channel now, because I'm going to try to be as candid and honest as possible. So some things are just not a big deal at all. But for me, the first thing is my hair. I know that once your baby is about 6 months, they say, about 6 months after your baby's born, or once your baby starts to roll over, it's kind of like the little wives' tale, is that your hair starts to fall out. So I don't really remember or notice my hair growing that much when I was pregnant. I don't honestly think that it did grow that much, like thickness or lengthwise. But when my hair fell out, it fell out like I was growing 15 hairs a day. Like, it came out in tremendous amounts, and it was pretty scary and pretty overwhelming. So stopped falling out as much now, but it's still falling out a lot. And my hair has never really been that thick. When I was younger, it was a lot thicker, but it hasn't really been that thick in my adult years. But it's ridiculously thin now. I mean, what's great about having curly hair is that I have the appearance of having a little bit fuller hair, but in reality it's really thin. So that's the first thing, is that my hair's fallen out, it's not grown back. If anyone has any suggestions of any maybe supplements to take, I don't really want to take anything that's meant to make your hair grow. I took the prenatal pills for a while after I unfortunately had to stop breastfeeding. I continued to take the prenatal pills just to kind of balance my body out as it was recovering from being pregnant for 9 months. I'm not exactly sure what can help with that. My nails were like thick. It felt like I had acrylic on my nails when I was pregnant, and I could, tap, 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 and now they're starting to break a lot. It's more peeling, that they're peeling apart. So I know I can use different nail polishes and vitamin E and a couple other supplements that are supposed to help a lot with the hair and the nails and things like that. Another thing, so this makes anybody uncomfortable, before I had my daughter and before I was pregnant, when I had my period, I never had cramps. I had cramps one time, and I think it was the first year that I got my period, so I was like 13. First time I ever had my period. I never had cravings for food. I actually ate less food when I was on my period. It only lasted for 3-4 days, and the 4th day was like crazy light. It was like nothing. Very emotional though, so I guess not having any of that stuff, like my emotions, I would cry a lot easier over silly things, and get upset a lot easier about silly things, and a lot quicker about things that were pretty relevant. But now I have crazy cravings before my period now. I want like really salty things. I love salt and vinegar chips, so it's like I'm eating bags of salt and vinegar chips. I'm constantly hungry and just want snacks. I don't want food. I want chocolate, I want salt, I want cheese, all the stuff that I shouldn't be eating. And I also have cramps now, which are horrible. I completely understand what it's like now. It's like the most uncomfortable, like I'm bent over, it hurts so bad, I have to take pills for it. I've never had to take Midol, I've never had to take anything, and now I get headaches, and my periods last for like 8 days, and it's really heavy flow. I am using a different birth control now than I was before I was pregnant, but it has the same amount of hormone doses in it. So the doctor said it's really similar. My body shouldn't experience any negative side effects from this birth control. So I know it's just my body changing after having a baby. What's another thing that's been happening? I've always, okay, so I lost all my baby weight. I was really lucky to lose all my baby weight, but that doesn't mean that my body looks the same, because my body looks completely different. I've been very fortunate. I didn't breastfeed for as long as I had wanted to. By the time, I say like 3 or 4 months ago, so when my daughter was about 8 months, I had lost all my baby weight, but I wasn't working out or anything. I'm not exactly sure how it happened, but that doesn't mean that things are back to normal. It doesn't mean I wear the same size that I wore before, because I certainly don't. I've always had a really flat stomach. That was the only thing that I had, really, that I liked. My legs are really big. I'm a thick girl. I had a big butt. I have big thighs, and I have big calves. Like, so from the waist down, I'm thicky thick, and from the waist up, I have really long arms, and they're really skinny, and I always had a small waist. And now my waist is still small, but I have, you know, the stretch marks, and like the little, when I stand up, it's flat and straight, but when I bend down, you get like that little roll pooch, like a little Sharpay a little bit. It doesn't hang or anything like that, but it's just like the loose skin. So I know there's creams and things that are supposed to work for that, and crunches and things like that, but I don't really know that that's ever going to go back to normal. So I see these celebrities on TV, like, you just had a baby, like, how is that possible? Like, millions of dollars, I guess. That's how it's possible. My legs are a lot bigger. They're actually my legs are pretty much the same size, but things aren't lifted like they were before. Like, I always had a real, you know, the butt was, and I had a little cup underneath, and it was nice. And now it's not. It's more like, you know, boo, boo. You know, it's not so much. So I know there's more exercises for that I could do too. But I hate working out. I hate exercising. I hate doing that. I like doing the elliptical, but I don't have money to get a gym membership, so I can walk. You know, that's actually what I did do when my daughter was first born. Now that I think about it, is I walked almost every day. We walked about 2.5 miles, just walking. So I'm sure that helped a little bit too. And just so I'd love to have comments, or if you have anything, other things maybe that I didn't experience after baby, or any suggestions for things that I can do or anything like that, I'd greatly appreciate. So do a video response or a comment or a message or something. Thanks for participating, for those of you that do participate or are going to participate in this little forum thing. All right, girls, have a great day. It's Friday. Woo! I thought it was Thursday.